Alrighty, everybody. Hello, hello, and welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Darkside Phil. Today is December 21st, 2018. I'm coming back from a one-day's break, and if you guys and gals aren't aware, it's now winter. That is correct. At least in the United States, we had the winter solstice, and now it is officially winter, which means if you were not in the holiday season mode yet, now you absolutely should be, because it is time for festivities. It's time to be holly and jolly. And there will be a heck of a lot of that here on stream all weekend long. I'm very excited. I certainly hope that you guys are excited for all the fun that's coming up this weekend. All right. In fact, just to show you guys, I'm already in festive mode. As you can see, so the webcam isn't where it usually is. But, you know, we're doing Spider-Man today, and we have this Spider-Man overlay that I use for the Spider-Man playthrough. But I went out and got a new Santa hat. Well, not really a Santa hat, I guess a Christmas hat. I guess they call it a Santa hat, right? Yesterday, during my day off, my old one was getting kind of worn out. And I'm pretty excited for everything coming up this weekend. I hope you guys are excited, too. Here's a little preview of the overlay we're using for the Spider-Man DLC today. Okay? So anyway, guys, welcome back. Thanks, everyone, for a great day off yesterday. I had a day off yesterday from streaming, and it was pretty good. Even though, I'll be honest with you guys, it was a very, 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 very busy day for me, because not only it was the first day off I had in 10 straight days, so it was the first opportunity I had to go grocery shopping and do things that I had to do that were errands and the like. I also had to buy things such as the food for our Christmas dinner we're going to have here next week. And in addition to all of that, it was insanely busy. You know, in the United States, this is the final push for people to go buy holiday presents and stuff for each other. So everyone running around doing last-minute shopping. You know, it was very, very, very busy outside. But it was still a good day. It was a good day. It was a restful day. As you can hear, my voice is not 100%, but it's much better from not having to really talk that much yesterday. And hopefully this will now allow my voice to hold out over the course of this weekend with all the holiday festivities we have in store. I certainly wouldn't want my voice to start dying now. You know what I mean? So let's talk, because there's a lot of fun stuff coming up this weekend. First of all, today was kind of like the last day. Well, not really the last day, but it's kind of a day when we're finishing up ongoing stuff. Before we officially get to the holiday-themed content tomorrow. Although I am feeling very festive today. I feel like it's kind of a special day anyway, being the weekend before Christmas. So what are we doing today? Well, today, it will be Marvel's Spider-Man's final DLC called Silver Lining. It's the big conclusion to the trilogy of DLCs that was included with the season pass of this game. I'm going to be very honest with all of you. So far, I haven't really liked them. I thought the first DLC was far too short, and the good stuff that was in that DLC, such as the side missions where you were doing quest lines inadvertently for Black Cat's father, sadly took a backseat to a lot of the just kind of really repetitive grinding side missions, and I felt that it was too short, that there should have been a lot more story. Well, the last DLC called Turf War was, in my opinion, the worst I've played in years. It was just all repetitive grinding. It was really bad, and you could tell they put little to no effort into it. It was basically just people kind of rushing out a middle content for a DLC trilogy. And what I'm hoping is that at least today, with this final DLC, Silver Lining, they'll at least put some effort in, since it is the conclusion of the Spider-Man story and we're not going to get any more out of this game. This is it officially. That maybe there'll be a nice conclusion, and it'll at least make us feel like it was worth it to play all three of these DLCs. I don't know. I guess we're going to find out today together. Okay. So, we shall see. All right. Now, here's the thing. Even if the DLC ends up being kind of crappy, I think this stream will still be fun. I'm going to try to make it as festive as possible. I hope you guys will. I hope you'll talk with me and interact with me and at least try to make things entertaining here, rather than us just focusing in on the DLC being bad. The way I'm going to tackle this is I'm going to try to focus in as much on the story as I can. For those of you who watch my first two DLC playthroughs, the way it works is at first you start off with story, then side content unlocks, and the game kind of forces you to do some of said side content. but after a few side missions, then it allows you to go back to the main story. I am going to 100% try to focus on the story to conclude it as quickly as possible, because that at least means we'll see the conclusion of this story on the stream. If there's a lot more repetitive grinding side content to do to complete this and get, say, the platinum or whatever, okay, and at least if that is the case, I'll have finished the story by the end of the stream. You see what I mean? So that's how I'm going to approach it this time. Last time I kind of didn't do that and ended up kind of rushing the end of the story to try to finish it on a stream. I don't want to do that this time. I want to make sure that it's done. So that's how we're going to approach this today. Okay? Tonight, my late stream will be Minecraft. That's right. After a few days away, I'm coming back to Minecraft. If you remember, I ended up my last session creating my first enchanting table, and then got some advice that I should now be working on bookcases to build around this enchanting table, so that way I can do some high level enchanting. And it's apparently really good when you do the high level enchanting and stuff in there. So we'll see how that goes tonight. I'm sure you guys will be joining me for that chill fun tonight. The Minecraft streams all have gone really well so far. You guys seem to have enjoyed them. I enjoy them. And I'm looking forward to more tonight. Okay? Tomorrow is the first official day of holiday content. Tomorrow will be my annual fantasy simulation holiday matches in various wrestling games. It's going to be both Fire Pro Wrestling World and WWE 2K19. The way it's going to work, or the way I'm going to attempt to do it, I hope it works, we'll see, is do one match in each game back and forth. So we'll start off with Fire Pro Wrestling, then we'll have a WWE match, then back to Fire Pro Wrestling, then a WWE match, then Fire Pro Wrestling, then a WWE match. Then we're going to have the big battle royal that we have every year with fantasy characters, and then the conclusion of the King of Christmas tournament. So if everything goes according to plan and works nicely, there should be 8 matches tomorrow. Okay? Let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 8 matches. And the thing is, sometimes these matches go incredibly quickly, and sometimes they take a long time, depending. But considering we'll be jumping between games, and there's going to be a lot going on, I think it's going to be a very entertaining stream for all of you. You guys should really enjoy it. Keep in mind, this is not just for fans of pro wrestling. I just need to tell you guys, it's not for fans of pro wrestling. In fact, you need zero knowledge of pro wrestling to tune in tomorrow. Even though I am a fan and I'm doing these sims in wrestling games, it's going to be fantasy characters, meaning, think of it this way. Let's see here. Sorry, my head is itching. I got distracted by an itch. So, when I say fantasy characters, I mean characters such as comic book superheroes, cartoon characters, celebrities, all right? Zany, just weird created characters. No real wrestlers will be present in tomorrow's simulations at all. It's going to be 100% fantasy stuff. That should be really fun. Right, meme matches, themed matches. It's going to be pretty fun, okay? And I certainly hope that you guys will join me for it. Sometimes every year people are like, oh, it's wrestling, I'm not going to do it. And then they find out later on how good it was. I think it's going to be one of my best streams of the year, quite frankly, since I'll be doing commentary over these simulation matches. It should be quite entertaining. Just ask anyone who usually watches it. It's quite good. So tomorrow, that's my main gameplay stream. I'm even willing to go late if I need to in order to complete that. Now, if we go late, then there will not be a second stream tomorrow. But if we end up finishing around the normal time, then tomorrow night I'm going to try to squeeze in a Final Fantasy IV kind of mini stream, like a 2-hour stream, late night. But we'll see how it goes. I get the feeling with 8 matches, and especially that Royal Rumble match that I'm going to do, that Battle Royal, usually takes about an hour or longer. So we're going to see this year how it goes and go from there. But I guess it's just going to be, let's see. If we finish it in the normal time frame, great. If not, I'm willing to give it as much time as it needs. All right? Okay. So that's tomorrow. Then, on Sunday, it's my annual, now I guess we could call it annual since the second year I'm doing it, holiday gaming marathon stream. I'll be playing a wide variety of games. Fighting games, I guess you could call Deltarune an RPG, I guess. First-person shooter battle royal games, holiday-themed games like Home Alone 2, So there's about 5 games I'll be playing during the course of that stream. Plus, if time permits and people want to see me do some other stuff that's more recent, like maybe some Black Ops or something, I'd be willing to do that as well. All right. I'll be dressed up for the occasion in various holiday garb and attire. I'll be drinking all day. I have something like 6 different holiday-themed ales to drink. Plus, I have some winter whiskey, and I also have some eggnog. So I'll be drinking and being festive through the entire event, switching games and having a lot of fun with all of you. It should be a great time. Last year, people really enjoyed it, and I think this year will be just as good. Okay? Also, will be the big premiere, ladies and gentlemen, of the holiday edition of DSP Tries It, which I still haven't even filmed. I'll probably be filming that tomorrow. So yeah, holiday DSP Tries It, also premiering during that holiday gaming marathon on Sunday. All right. And then, on Monday, the Christmas Eve podcast. Unlike the other content that I'm putting out that's just silly gaming fun, the Christmas Eve podcast on Monday will be a very different. It'll be a more personal time where what I'm going to do is sit down with all of you, and we're going to have a nice chat. First thing we're going to talk about is basically how things have been going this year. I want to tell you guys how personally, behind the scenes with myself and Kat, things have really been going in 2018. Give you kind of an update on everything, our personal side of things that I really don't talk about that much. Then I want to talk about the professional side of things. How did the streaming go this year overall? How did everything, kind of go down? In general, because remember, we had a lot of highs and lows this year with YouTube and everything. And I kind of want to talk to all of you about that because I really don't talk about that much anymore. I used to be talking about it all the time, and now I basically just stream and don't really bother you guys with that stuff. But I know there's some of you who actually care and would like that information. So I'll be sharing some of that on Christmas Eve. Then we'll be talking about Christmas itself, because there'll be Christmas traditions and things I'm sure we'll all want to talk about. I'll tell you guys about how Kat and I will be spending our Christmas Eve night and Christmas Day, and some of the things that we've been doing here to celebrate the holidays this month, because we have been doing various different things. And I want to hear your Christmas traditions. I want to hear all about you and your families and what you guys do. And then, after that, it's going to be the big 2019 gaming calendar update. What I'm going to do is go through 2019 and talk about all the upcoming gaming releases and which ones I'm interested in. So at least for the first, 3-4 months of the year, you guys will have a good idea of what's going on with me and what games I'm planning on covering. And by the way, I should mention 2019 is a crazy busy gaming year early on. I mean, through late January through like April, there's an incredible amount of high-profile game releases coming out that I'll be covering for you on stream. So what I'm hoping is we get this big momentum. This month, by the way, December has been a really great month. People have been showing up in droves to watch my stuff here on Twitch. Maybe we could keep that momentum going, all through January, February, March, since it seems like there's going to be so much great new content coming out. I'm hoping we can keep that up. Okay? So that's what you can expect the next few days. Christmas Eve night, I will not be streaming. Kat and I will be going out to dinner. I'll talk about that on the Christmas Eve podcast. And then Christmas Day, I'm spending all day with Kat. Man, do we want to... We can't wait. We seriously can't wait, because usually when we get days off together, that's our day to go out and do stuff. Like, that's our day to run out, and we have to go grocery shopping. We have to do this. We have to do that. Run errands and do things that we have to do during that time frame, because it's the only time we get together. And we almost never get downtime to just relax together. So it's going to be so much fun and so relaxing to just be together on we already talking about we're going to make breakfast together. We're going to make dinner together. Like, it's going to be such a nice day that we really need. So looking forward to that. And then I'll be back on the 26th with a full multiplayer madness day. I'll probably be doing some Smash Brothers multiplayer, probably some Blackout multiplayer, or not Blackout, excuse me, Black Ops 4 multiplayer. Because I haven't played it in a while. I've actually craved it and wanted to play more of it and haven't had a chance. So it should be fun. I'll let you guys know, formally what the schedule will look like after Christmas as we get closer to it. Because I am going to be resuming Final Fantasy IV. We will be resuming the Minecraft chill streams. I am planning on, if things go pretty good with the Street Fighter stuff on Sunday, maybe we'll resume Street Fighter V. A lot of stuff. It's going to be a lot of stuff going on. And yeah, it should be pretty entertaining and a good time for all. Okay? So thank you guys. I hope you guys are excited for all the festivities this weekend. I certainly am. I'm like super pumped now. I came back today. I'm like, man, I am so excited for all the streams this weekend. I seriously am. I love the holiday season, as you guys know. And now to finally be able to celebrate that with you this weekend is going to be so amazing. So thank you, everyone who's here, for all the fun. Okay? So everyone, as you can see, maybe you haven't been around for a while. You came back today and you crapped your pants when you saw how many subs we have. Yeah, the sub gifting continues. Emerald 7 came by again the other day and dropped another couple hundred subs. So we're in an insanely high 1,789 subs right now. By the way, I added 3 emotes the other day. We now still have like another 11 or 12 emote spots because of all these subs. It's pretty crazy the amount of subs we have, okay? Pretty amazing, and obviously that level of support is awesome. And again, I want to say thank you to Emerald 7, but there are a few things I want to say. Number one, I've been seeing some people say, oh man, I can't wait for Emerald 7 to come by today and drop in with some, sub bombs. You shouldn't do that, guys. And the reason I say that, that's kind of being very, very, what's the word? I don't want to say greedy, because it's not really, but I think what happened is now Emerald 7's been coming by a lot the last week to be supportive. But that doesn't mean that you all should just expect him to be here every day to do that. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of messed up. It is the holiday season, the season of giving. And it should be a pleasant surprise if someone like that comes by and decides to contribute and gift us all stuff. It shouldn't be like you expect it. You know what I mean? That's kind of being ungrateful in my opinion. Like, I'm incredibly happy and grateful for everyone, for everyone's support. First of all, everyone has been very supportive, in particular this month of December. You guys have been very supportive. It's been a really, outside of Emerald 7's contributions, this month already has been a really great month for me on Twitch. And I just want to let everyone know that. It's been a really good month, so thank you for that. And then, of course, Emerald 7 stuff on top of that, is basically just kind of like even more, so nice. And I'll be very frank with all of you, it's really helping me out to the point where, it's great, and things might work out next year now for me because of all this generosity. But that doesn't mean we should just, it shouldn't be expected. It's kind of like you're being entitled, like, oh, well, he's done it every day, he's going to come back again, and I can't wait for more today. You shouldn't be like that. I'm certainly not expecting anything. Listen, if anything great happens on the streams, that's amazing, and I'm super grateful for it. But I'm not expecting anything. You know what I mean? I'm just happy for anything I get and grateful for anything I get. I'm certainly not expecting anything from anyone. So, again, shout out and thank you to Emerald 7 for the reason that we're at so many high subs. It's the reason why, moving forward, we're going to have a ridiculous amount of emotes here on the channel, even though the channel, there's no way we're going to maintain this level of subs. Let's be real here. Everyone knows that my channel, in general, maintains between anywhere from 400 to like 550 subs on average. And it fluctuates depending on the season, depending on the games that are out. And that's what I expect. I expect that when all this Christmas chaos kind of calms down, that we're going to go back to that, okay? But for now, let's ride this positive wave. Let's enjoy the fact that we have so many subs, that we have so many emote slots. You know what I mean? Everyone should just enjoy it and not expect anything out of it, okay? Sound good? Okay, very nice. So I'm just saying that up front. And the one thing I do want to say up front, everyone, because a lot of people, I hate when this happens, but this is basically Tut syndrome, all right? The Tut syndrome. You might say, what does that mean? Well, we had a contributor who came by in the summer and dropped a bunch of contributions for about 2 months straight. Sadly, this contributor tried to dominate the streams, make it all about himself, get tons of attention for himself, and then eventually ended up revealing his true colors, that basically he was someone who did not like me and was just trying to screw with me and tried to get all his money back, and he did not. Which was good, because that would have completely screwed me over, okay? But the problem there was, every stream became about Tut. Every single thing that I did was, where's Tut? What's going on with Tut? I didn't care about that. I was here putting out gameplay streams, and everything became about Tut, 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 Tut. All right? And in addition to that, sadly, there were people who were like, well, Phil got some contributions, he doesn't need any help. And what ended up happening was October, which traditionally October and November are actually usually my best months, because it's the 2 months when most new releases come out during the year that are high-profile releases. I'm not exaggerating here. October was my worst month of the year. And I know you're like, holy shit, what? Yeah, the month that had the most new releases and the most games you think people would have come out and attended and contributed. A lot of people just assumed that I was doing amazingly well because of Tut's contributions and just stopped showing up and or stopped contributing, and it ended up being a dud month for me. Now, this really affected me this month because in December, I got paid for everything in October that happened, and it was not good. Like, all my finances are, like, shot right now. And that's why earlier this month I was asking you guys for help in regards to things like, you know, oh my God, I might get overdrafted and stuff. That's why, because October was so slow because of Tut, basically, being generous in August and September. It destroyed October for me, okay? So the last thing that I want to happen here is, oh, this is great. You know, Phil's doing amazing. And then everyone just slows down and stops. And the next thing you know, now it doesn't really matter that I got extra support because no one, you know, everyone thought that I didn't need help anymore. And, or, you know, and the usual stuff. It's like I just told you guys, the whole situation I'm in here is that I basically need to keep, you know, earning what I'm earning with the amount of content that I put out for you guys, plus make extra stuff on top to pay these taxes next year. It's not, oh, I just make a big lump and then that's it, and then I can go for months without making anything. That's the complete opposite, all right? So the bottom line is I am nervous, you know, and people are like, you know, is Phil feeling nervous about all of this? Yeah, I am. You know, I'll be honest, with Tut's situation, it came back to bite me, and it almost screwed me over completely. And I'm incredibly nervous about the future. I am. You know, another thing that makes me incredibly nervous, guys, is Article 13 in the European Union, because I am well aware that a large chunk of viewers of mine live in the European Union, and if Article 13 passes the way that it is currently in place, and apparently it already initially passed a first wave of voting with no issues, and it's going to another wave of voting now. A lot of you guys in the European Union aren't going to be able to watch my stuff anymore. I hope you guys understand that. Like, this is a horrendous law that is incredibly just poorly thought out. Every single tech company is opposing it, yet it doesn't seem like they're having any sway. Apparently, these lawmakers in the European Union who are doing this just don't give a shit. They're doing it for their own personal reasons. And, you know, it makes me very nervous that many of you, you know, I get hundreds of viewers a day, thousands of viewers across the globe every day on YouTube. How many of you are not going to be able to watch my stuff anymore? And, of course, if you can't watch my stuff, that means, you know, that's a huge chunk of what I need to make ends meet. That's gone. A huge chunk of my viewer base just gone. And, you know, that makes me incredibly nervous too. You know, and what I'm hoping is that this really is going to be the opposite. Like, it's one of these things that is overblown and won't turn out as bad as it sounds. Like, we all heard, oh no, net neutrality is going away, and then it did, and then nothing really happened, right? But the bottom line is here, when companies like Google and Twitch and everyone who I work for, or I say work for, I don't work for them, everywhere where I work, all right, are coming out publicly and saying, if this passes, we're going to have to block any traffic from the European Union. Because if you can't prove that you own the copyright rights to whatever you're streaming, that's it. I mean, you're talking a humongous chunk of streamers will not be able to stream. A ginormous amount of viewers won't be able to view. This will be like an internet censorship on a massive scale. And you know what I mean? Like, I think people are not taking this seriously at this point, because I barely hear anyone talking about it. I'm like, how is this not the big thing? This should be what, like, everyone is talking about. It's going to destroy the internet. It's going to destroy websites like YouTube and Twitch. If this passes and it goes through the way it is, I don't want to see, you know, a quarter of my viewer base go away overnight. I know that a lot of my moderating staff live in the European Union. All right? I know that a lot of my biggest viewers and fans are from the European Union. You know? So, I just don't know, man. It makes me incredibly nervous. You know, this is what I mean. Like, I get generosity. It's still, like, because of the things that have happened to me in the past, I still end up kind of feeling nervous and skeptical. And I know that sucks to always have to feel like that, but just because of the stuff that's happened to me, you know, over the years, it does. You know, the generosity, even though I know, like, wow, I want to feel positive and great about the future, I'm just nervous at any moment it could be taken away, or, you know, I just would like, you know, all right, here's the truth of the matter. okay, here's the truth of the matter. If I could just have a nice day relaxing on Christmas Day and not worry about all kinds of crazy shit, you know what I mean? Christmas Day I have off from streaming. It would be nice if I could just sit here and not have to worry about this. But I think Article 13 is something that's scaring everybody, right? It is. Article 13 is something that's terrifying everyone across the internet. How it's going to affect things and change things, all right? So hopefully, those of you who live in the European Union are educating yourselves and or anything that you can do. I don't know what you can do because, like I said, I told you guys a million times. I don't live in the European Union. I don't even know what actions you guys could take. I don't know what your lawmaking system is like. I could tell you this, years ago when I was in kind of the same situation here in the United States, we had, what was it? It was it wasn't an article, but it was like some law, S.978 or something crazy like that. Some weird name, right? And it looked like it was going to kind of do the same thing. It was going to change the internet. It was going to censor the internet, and it looked like YouTube was going to be very negatively affected. And I spoke out against it. I made a video that ended up getting over 600,000 views on YouTube, which is crazy. And basically spread the word about it. I was even, my video really reached out there, and I was contacted by nonprofit organizations saying, dude, your video actually helped out a lot, and we would like to include you in a book about the whole situation. And I was like, nah, I don't want to be a part of that. But that's what I mean. Like, I think I did as much as I could years ago with stuff like that. SOPA and PIPA and all that garbage that happened. I don't think I really have much power besides just talking about Article 13 every once in a while, guys, and letting you know about that it exists and what's going on. I don't know what else to do. European Union streamers don't even mention it. Seriously? That's bad. They should be, So I certainly hope that everything works out well for the best for everyone, all right? I just don't know. But, it makes me nervous. I would like to just, on Christmas Day, spend a nice day with Kat, unplugged from the internet, enjoying a nice day with her and relaxing, and I hope that I can get there. You know what I mean? I hope that we get a nice relaxing day and not have this kind of looming stuff over our heads and crap. All right. Good Lord. Okay. All that being said, everybody, let's now get to some very brief plugs, and then we will get to shout-outs for those who've contributed, and then we're going to get started with the Spider-Man Silver Linings DLC. Sound good? Okay. All right, everyone. So, thanks very much. I appreciate you guys and gals being here. As you guys know, there are many ways that you can contribute and, help my efforts to continuously stream the way that I do. The first would be to check out my Patreon over at patreon.com/darksidefil, where your monthly pledges earn you personal perks. These are thank you rewards that you can earn depending on how much you contribute on my Patreon. There are various levels. I won't go into all of them. I will tell you that the level that I think is the best is the $5 level. If you pledge $5 or more by the end of the month, you'll be able to nominate your very favorite moments of my 10 years as a content creator on the internet. I have a retrospective special event that's going to happen next month. It was probably around late January, right before all the new releases like Resident Evil 2 or Kingdom Hearts 3 come out. And this special streaming event is going to be me going back and kind of watching my old school content, reacting to it, and then giving you kind of behind the scenes insider commentary on it. I did an event just like this in September, and I overwhelmingly got positive support, people asking me to do it again. Now that finally the busy gaming season is ending, I'll have some time to do it next month. So it'll be your way to nominate and get your favorite moments into that event if you pledge $5 or more to my Patreon this month, all right? Man, like I said, many other things there. I'm not going to go into detail. Check it out. Patreon.com/darksidefil. All right, I also have a, what do you call it? Teespring shop. Why the heck did I have a brain fart there? I don't know. I have a Teespring shop where I sell some fun stuff like t-shirts and the like. Give it a look. Anything you buy from my Teespring shop obviously helps me out, and I can attest to the quality of the products because I own a bunch of them myself. That's teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. Now, if you're here live on the stream and you would like to get a fun shout out during today's gameplay stream, you can. There's 3 ways to qualify for that. If you either cheer with bits, subscribe to the channel, or you tip me, any of those 3 things, I'll give you a nice shout out during today's stream. Excuse me. I would ask that if you are going to, seek a shout out today, All right. And just in general, if you're just stream chatting anyway, please follow the stream rules, which I will outline quickly right now. We have rules for 2 reasons. Number 1, because we want to abide by all Twitch's terms of service. And number 2, because we want to have a chill and fun experience here. And we want to keep the kind of vibe of the stream constant and consistent. So, if you're going to seek a shout out, please, in general, be positive. Don't bring insults to myself, other stream chatters, other content creators. We don't want to have any outside references of, this person's being nasty on the internet to you over here, Phil, and this person's illegally restreaming your stuff over here, Phil, and did you hear the latest drama that someone did this and that? We don't care about that. You know what I mean? That's like schoolyard stuff, and that stuff can stay somewhere else. We're here to have a positive, fun experience, which is why I also, even though I don't outright ban them, I really don't allow things like politics and religion to be talked about too much in the stream chat, because these are very divisive topics. Excuse me, is it divisive? Yes, it's divisive, not diversive. It's divisive. That's the correct word. I actually started using the correct word for once. Basically, these are topics that if people disagree on them, they tend to get pretty agitated at each other and not get along. And that's not good, because that's not the vibe we're going for here. In general, I don't really talk about politics and religion that much anyway, outside from maybe, like I said, Article 13 mentioned on a pre-stream. That's about it. So please, if you are going to talk about these topics, please be understanding that, you know, the vibe here is to try to be chill, and if things get out of hand, we have to take care of it, all right? But anyway, in general, the reason that people attend my streams is very simple. They want to see my honest reaction. They want to see my honest reaction to a game that I'm playing. They want to be able to interact with me and also my viewing audience, the stream chatters, and have fun. When you come to my streams, you're seeking to escape from reality. You're trying to have a nice, relaxing, fun experience. You don't want to be bombarded with all the drama and stuff that you get during your daily lives, right? That's the whole point of coming to my gameplay streams, and that's the kind of vibe I want to maintain. So please, by abiding by these rules, if we can keep it like that, that would be awesome, all right? Now, if you would like to see a fun thank you animation play for any contribution today, you can qualify for that if you either cheer 100 bits or more in a single cheer, if you tip me $5 or more in a single tip, or if after subscribing to the channel you click on the share button that will appear, you'll see a fun thank you animation play. And actually the ones for cheering and tipping right now are fun holiday themed animations, all right? So you probably like those a lot. Those will be here to the end of the month. As you guys can see, we also have a stream stats leaderboard where I'll be tracking total subs as well as top cheerer of the day and top tipper of the day. So those people will make it up there to get some extra recognition. All right. The final thing I'll say is if you're interested in tipping me today, maybe a little tricky to figure out how to do it because it is separate from the cheering and subbing processes. So allow me to explain. If you would like to tip, there's 2 methods you could do it. If you look below the stream, you should be able to see a button that says tip jar. You can click on that. It'll take you straight to my PayPal, tips page. Or if you don't see that button, that's fine. You can just type !tip into the stream chat. That'll bring up a chat command. That'll also bring you to my tips page. All right. So either or, if you click on those, it'll take you to the tips, and you'll be able to go ahead and leave a tip. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone, for any contribution that you may, give today. It is much appreciated, especially during the holiday season. I think now it's time to give credit where credit is due and give some shout outs and thank yous to those who have already contributed today. And then probably what I'll do is a quick rundown of the top cheers of the week, and then we'll get started. All right, sound good? All right. Okay, so scrolling all the way down here, special shout outs and thank yous to those who contributed during my day off yesterday. You know, it was a much needed day off after 9 straight days of full days of streaming here. My voice was completely freaking shot. And quite frankly, it was very nice to finally get a day. Even as hectic as it was, running all around, doing all the errands and stuff that I had to do with Kat. It was a good day, and, I'm coming back here feeling good. So thanks. So first of all, thank you to Golden Colts, who did many cheers. He did 100 bits, 100 bits, 100 bits, and a 70-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Golden Colts, for all of those cheers during my time off. And then Game Master Killed by a Shadow cheered and said, why didn't you give Cecil a bow in the Magnetic Cave? So for those who don't know, he's referencing my ongoing Final Fantasy IV playthrough. And the reason that I did not give Cecil a bow in the Magnetic Cave is very simple. It basically is worthless. Like, even using a bow, he does very minimal damage in that area, to the point where if you get distracted and just keep using the bow instead of having him heal, because keep in mind, at the time The only other healer you have is Tella, but you need Tella to be focusing on damage output since no one can use metal weapons. You know, Sid's pretty much doing half damage of what he should be. Yang is your main damage dealer, and Tella kind of has to do dual use as healing and damage. But if you just make Cecil the healer at the time, you can have Tella focus on damage dealing, and it makes it a hell of a lot easier of a situation. So that's why, honestly, you know, I have in previous playthroughs used the bow and arrow in that cave, but it really doesn't make stuff much easier whatsoever. And as you saw, if you've been watching the playthrough, after being in that cave for like 20 minutes, you've already started gaining so many levels because the enemies in that cave give you exponentially more experience than anything before in the game. You're able to level up quickly, and then it really doesn't matter anymore. And of course, then by the end of the cave, you get your metal weapons back anyway. So it's like, it really doesn't affect anything, okay? So there's your answer. So thanks to you guys for contributing. And by the way, I should say this, guys, because I totally forgot. If you're going to cheer today, anywhere on Twitch, not just here in this channel, any channel, please include the hashtag charity in your cheer, because right now, Twitch is doing their big annual charity event, where if you include hashtag charity in any cheer, you will qualify to have a free donation given to charity, okay? And the good news is the streamer will still get whatever bits you were intending them to get. It's actually Twitch that's doing this really nice thing during the season of donating to charity for every cheer that includes the hashtag charity in it. So please, if you're already going to cheer, it's a no-brainer. You know, it's a way to help out during the holiday season. I mean, we're all feeling the festive vibe. Let's go ahead and please do that, okay? Not that you have to, but I'm just saying it's a very nice thing to do. All right. So shout out to Iwojo, who did a 3,700-bit cheer. It was the first official cheer of today's stream. He did it just as the stream turned on. So thank you, Iwojo. I mean, that's a very large cheer, and more than likely you're going to dominate the leaderboards today. Let's go ahead and get you up there right now before I even read your message. Very nice, and thank you very much, sir or madam, for your contribution. And Iwojo says, it's my birthday today. I decided to give Phil 100 bits for every year I've been on this earth. Wow, so well, happy 37th birthday, Iwojo. That is very, very nice of you. Thank you for that. Save the Pig the Game did a 100-bit cheer. Said, Phil, just spreading a little pre-stream holiday cheer. I hope you enjoyed Christmas and get to spend some time with your parents before New Year's. God bless you. My parents live on the other side of the country, so the answer is no. I will not be able to spend time with my parents before New Year's. But I will be able to spend Christmas Day with Kat, which is going to mean the world. Trust me. So thank you for that. Save the Pig the Game. Knox tipped me $1. It says, just so you know, the most recent update unlocked the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man suit. It's now available by default. Well, let's talk a little bit about that. Did you guys know there was a big controversy about Spider-Man, the game? I didn't even know until yesterday when it was announced that the Tobey Maguire skin was made available for everyone. If you don't know what that means, this is the skin from the Sam Raimi trilogy of Spider-Man movies that took place in the early 2000s. Apparently, there was a loud clamoring from the gaming community to get this skin into Marvel Spider-Man. I didn't know about it, and I had no idea there was such controversy about this. But apparently, about a week or two ago, I guess it was kind of previewed or leaked what skins would be available in this final third DLC for the game, and there was no Sam Raimi Spider-Man outfit, and I guess people were freaking out. How dare you? We're huge super fans of Spider-Man, and you guys didn't listen to our requests, and you didn't give in to our desires, and how could you? So I guess what happened is the game makers, Insomniac, said, all right, we'll just do it quick. Make a freaking skin. You know what I mean? Hurry up and make a skin so people will stop complaining about this. So they did, and they gave it out for free. That's the other really cool thing. Even if you haven't played Spider-Man at all since, you know, you finished your first playthrough and you didn't get any DLC for it, it's still, you still get the skin. The Sam Raimi skin, right? So that's pretty good, and that's nice of Insomniac, obviously. So yeah, I was not aware of this until yesterday. I started checking social media. I saw the whole controversy unfold. So thank you, Knox, for that $1 tip. Thanks for making us aware. It'll definitely be a skin that I'll check out today. Hardy Buck cheered. He said, thoughts on people campaigning for a gender, I can't speak. Thoughts on people campaigning for a gender-neutral Santa Claus. People can do whatever they want. I don't have any thoughts on it. People can ask for Santa Claus to be a chocolate bar. People can ask for Santa Claus to be a space alien. People can ask for Santa Claus to be a broom. I don't... They can pay for whatever they want. Whatever they, you know. Is it silly? I mean, I'm sure there's people that feel that way. You know, with the times, it seems like more and more people just need to change everything to their own personal situation and demands. Originally, Santa Claus was nothing like he is right now, by the way. So, will Santa Claus change long-term in the future? Maybe. I'm sure there's always going to be a backlash against such change of a tried-and-true holiday character that we, you know, talk about so much every single year. But at the same time, is it world-ending? No. So, I don't know. I don't see the big deal about it. Either way, I'm kind of, I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think it's a lot of big thing to be freaking out about, right? Okay. What the schmeck cheered. He said, sorry I haven't been around lately. I just finished my coursework. Did you hear Tim Schafer starting a Kickstarter for a new game, and would you consider playing it? Hope this is a fun Spider-Man stream. No. After that Broken Age fiasco years ago, there's no chance I'm buying another Tim Schafer game, and I just mean that. Like, that was such a bad game. You had a game where the first half was insanely good and well thought out and really awesome. Then you had to wait a long-ass time for the second half to come out, and when it did, it was completely uninspired, using exactly the same locations. It was just terrible puzzles, and you could tell the whole second half of the game was rushed just for the sake of making a second half of the game so no one complained it wasn't done. That Tim basically didn't give a crap about that game after the first half was done, and I am not putting any more support with that guy. I'm just not. Like, it's as they say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Well, I'm not going to be a person that's going to be fooled again and spend money on this and then end up with a game that ends up half-finished again. It's kind of like, I'll be honest with all of you, this Spider-Man debacle, how bad these DLCs have been, in my opinion. I am not spending any more money on Season Pass DLCs. I mean that. Like, this is the last time I get burnt by this. If you guys remember, the last time I bought a major Season Pass was Batman Arkham Knight. And boy, did I ever regret that decision, because the vast majority of stuff that came out for that game was very, very crappy, in my opinion. You know, stupid vehicle challenge maps and skins. And then there were only 2 story-based expansions that were worth playing. The other ones were like, there was one that was 5 minutes long with Nightwing, right? I think there was one that was like 10 minutes long with who was it? Was it Harley Quinn or whatever? They were such a waste of time. It was really only 2 major story things that I could have gotten separately for less money. And it was like, why did I do this? Same thing here with Spider-Man. I honestly, I kind of now wish I didn't get the Season Pass, because I really don't feel like I got anything additional of quality out of the game with this DLC. So I think I'm done with this stuff. And, you know, I'm not going to get fooled by DLCs. I'm not going to get fooled by Tim Schafer. I'm going to be a lot more of a skeptical and careful consumer in the future. So, okay. What the Schmeck cheered again. He says, speaking of Christmas, can you tell us what you got, Cat, for Christmas? Nope. Alexander Rossi cheered. He says, are you leasing a BMW? I haven't had a BMW in almost 2 years. And quite frankly, the last 2 years that I had that, I didn't even want it. It was way too expensive. And for what I was getting out of it, it was not worth the money. To make a long story short, guys, long time ago, we're talking, holy crap now, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago. Like, back in the day when I was rolling in dough, that 1 year that I made big YouTube money, when I was actually popular on YouTube, my current car at the time was a Pontiac Grand Am that I had had for some 9 years and was literally falling apart at the seams. It was leaking oil. The windows were caving in. The thing was a piece of garbage. And I needed a new car. And that car had been a lemon. I bought it as a used car. And over the years, it had constantly had problems over and over and over. And at the time, I wanted to lease instead of buy, because I wanted a car that would have some kind of agreement where if service or anything went wrong and something needed to happen, they would do it for free, rather than me pay for the cost of the car 5 times over like I did with that Grand Am. And so, at the time, making so much money like I was, I said, why not lease a BMW? This would be something nice. There was a BMW dealership right near my house at the time. That was one of the very few frivolous things I spent money on. The other thing would have been the stupid statues that I bought, that I now 100% wish I never spent $1 on them, because they were a complete waste of time and money. But at the time, I was younger, and I didn't really know that much about, you know, what was going to happen in the future. and I was stupid, and I spent too much money. Just being very honest here, okay? So I leased a BMW for 2.5 years. Then when I moved across the country from Connecticut to Washington, I got tricked, because that's exactly what it was. I got tricked into extending a lease for a newer model of BMW. I shouldn't have done it. I should have said, I'm not doing it, and, you know, even if I need to trade the car in and pay a bunch of fees because I had to trade it in early or whatever, I should have done it and just said, cut the cord, get a much cheaper car. But I was stupid, and I got basically tricked into another 3-year lease with another BMW that I ended up couldn't afford, and it was really bad. Like, it was drawing on my finances. And then finally last year, the lease expired, and I got rid of that thing. I said, thank God, because I never really used any of the features in it that are the reasons why you pay so much for a BMW, and I was just so happy to finally get rid of it. I really was. So, no, I don't have a BMW anymore. I haven't in almost 2 years. I don't ever want to have another one again. It's too freaking expensive, even though it was a nice car. That's certainly not something that's going to be within the realms of reality for my budget ever again. So there you go. Charge Blade tipped me $5.01. Let's see what he says here. It's basically a very negative message here, and I don't really like the fact that this person is having negative... Basically, in a nutshell, this person is trying to insinuate that I never want anyone in the stream chat to talk about negative stuff. Like, if negative stuff happens, I tell people to stop, and I shut it down, and if people don't talk about what's going on the game or on stream constantly, that I get angry. That's not the case at all. In fact, 9 times out of 10, I just let it go. There's very few exceptions where maybe I'll be in the middle of something critical in a game, or something happens that's big, or I need help, and I look down at stream chat and literally no one's paying attention to the game. That will irk me, because, you know, I understand you guys are here to hang out and chill. I get that, but you have to also understand that I'm, you know, doing something here on stream for a reason. You know, I would think or hope that most people who turn out for my streams are here to be entertained and not as just a chat hangout. You know what I mean? Like, there's many other places you could just go and chat hangout. And I'm not saying that you can't do that, but it's a little disheartening when here I am, you know, in the middle of a gameplay trying to entertain you, or trying to get somewhere in a game, or anything, you know, and I look down and no one's paying attention to me, okay? Truth of the matter is, there have been very few times the last few months that that's happened. And I'm very happy that my streams have been a lot more, I feel they've been like, I've been more engaged, and you guys have been more engaged, which is great. Our interactivity has been really good, and I don't really feel this all the time. I think this person is trying to goad me into, like, being angry or something. It's not working. So all I can say is thanks for the tip, but sadly, your trick didn't work. You know, I don't think that you understand what I'm trying to say. Like, what they're basically saying is, if the conversation goes in another direction than what's going on in the game, why don't I do it? I do. I do that all the time. If people are talking about different things and want to get me involved or ask me questions, I'll answer them. It's just that, you know, to understand there's also a game going on. This is not Phil debates 500 other unrelated topics stream, even though sometimes it could go in that direction. This is Phil is playing a game, oh, and by the way, also interacts with an audience stream. It kind of goes hand in hand. It's not, if you want me to do a stream where I just answer random topics, it's called Ask the King, and I do it every other month. It's a Q&A show. It's almost 4 hours long. There's plenty of ample opportunity for this to happen, and it's not during gameplay, okay? So sorry if maybe this one person was particularly irked by something that happened to them, but ultimately it's my stream, and I have the ability to try to direct the stream where I want it to go. And if I feel that stream chat is kind of derailing from what the stream's supposed to be, I'm going to call that out, and I'm going to take control. It's my stream. I can't let the stream go out of control, and now we got people talking about things that are causing drama and violating Twitch's terms of service, and we can't do that. All right? You just got to understand that, okay? If you don't like that, well, go to some chaotic stream. I don't know what else to tell you. Go to some stream where, you know, there's 40 billion viewers, and the stream chat's out of control, and they just ignore everybody. If that's what you want, go right ahead. And then you'll never be moderated. Don't worry about it. You'll never be moderated or told that you're off topic, because there won't be any topic, because there'll be chaos ensuing. You know? I don't know what else to say here. But thank you for your contribution, Charge Blade. So I am going to put you up on the leaderboard, because rightly you are the top tipper. There we go. Two Bar King did 150-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Two Bar King, for your contribution. I appreciate that. Solid Metal Gear Rex was gifted a sub from an anonymous gifter. So whoever has been Metal Gear Rex's Secret Santa, thank you very much for that support, and congratulations to Metal Gear Rex. We got a detractor doing an insulting $3 tip with a message I'm not going to read. Quack Scope, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Quack Scope. I appreciate that. And Blitzen Swaggins tipped me $5. This is Best Rain Beer here reporting for duty. Well, thank you to Blitzen Swaggins for that $5 tip. Okay. Last but not least, everybody, what we're going to do here is give shout-outs to the top cheerers of the week. And then we're going to start with Spider-Man. Sound good? All right, so top cheer contributors of the week. Let's go ahead and read them out. In 10th place this week, we've got Golden Colts. In 9th place, Mr. Papavera. In 8th place, Nihilistic Goldfish. In 7th place, Blocking is for Scrubs. We have a tie for 5th place between the Paradox and the Pone Cake. In 4th place, we've got Conan the Barbarian. 3rd place goes to Eternia Forever. 2nd place goes to Two Bar King. And in 1st place with that very generous cheer right away on stream today, Iwoja. So thank you, everyone. I got a $1 tip from Dark Spix. And he says, good morning, Phil. I really appreciate the holiday stream. Are you in good health? I keep hearing you clear your throat. I had some throat issues this week. With my throat being, overly exhausted from streaming so much. Remember, it was 9 straight days that I streamed without a break. And every day there, at a minimum, at least 5+ hours straight of talking. At a most, I think some of those days I streamed over 9 hours of talking. So that's what's going to happen. Right now, my throat is feeling a little better, but already, just from this pre-stream, it's starting to hurt a little bit. It happens, man. That's my occupation. It's a hazard of the occupation. Constantly talking will hurt your throat, right? I appreciate your concern. I'm doing my best to handle it, whether it's hot tea, whether it's lozenges or whatever, and hoping that it stays, where it is at least. Doesn't get any worse, because right now it actually got better over the past day. So, or is it either Steve No Juice or Steven O Juice? I don't know how to say his name because there's no capitalization, but he did a 100-bit cheer and says, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I don't. You know what? At the very beginning of my YouTube time, people asked me, Phil, where do you see yourself in 5 or 10 years? Do you think back then I would have said, well, I see myself living on the other side of the country, living with my significant other of about a year, and being a full-time live streamer, not a YouTuber, because back then I was a YouTuber, right? Being a full-time live streamer, and, there's no way. There's no way, especially in what I do for a living, there's no way I can predict what's going to happen or where I'm going to be. I mean, I could tell you, ideally, in 5 years, I would still like to be living here. I would like to have established a little bit more of a foothold in a relationship here with Kat, so that we're kind of more settled in and less stressed out constantly about everything. I would like to have improved as a streamer to the point where, as I've told you guys, really ideally what I want is that I am so successful on Twitch that I don't have to worry about outside factors. I don't have to worry about Patreon or YouTube and how they perform on a weekly or monthly basis. Instead, Twitch is my main focus, and that's what I can do and be. What I ideally would like is for Amazon to launch an on-demand video service to rival or defeat YouTube, so that I could put all of my content really in one place and not have it feel like I'm splitting between Twitch and YouTube. I just want this to be all Twitch, okay? All Amazon or whatever. But there really is no competition for YouTube, so I still have to upload my archives there. As bad as it is and as much crap as I have to put up with, it's still that situation. So in 5 years, I would like to see myself a lot more stable, not having to worry about things changing, like Article 13 screwing everyone over, or the next troll who false copyright flags me or mass reports me for something that's not happening and somehow I get in trouble for it. That would be nice. Sadly, I'm nowhere near that place right now. That would be somewhere I'd definitely like to be in 5 years. Okay? Oh, and by the way, being able to refinance my home here, so that the reason that I have a lot of financial problems is the amount of debt I have in my name, refinancing that debt into the mortgage, so now my credit can improve, Because that would literally, if I could do that right now, that would make things so much tremendously better. I'd have so much less money I owe on a monthly basis. My credit would improve. Everything would get better, but I can't do it right now. So basically, in 5 years, I would hope that that has already happened. And, you know, that would be the ideal situation. Still being here, having a good life with Kat, enjoying my streaming every day, focusing only on the streaming, not worrying about anything else, and being in a better financial position. That's where I would like to be in 5 years. There you go. Swaggins Cheers says, I think it's dumb Insomniac added this Raimi skin now. No one is going to use the 3 suits added from the actual DLC. I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off this DLC with, what do you call it? I'm going to start off this DLC with the Raimi suit. And then, as I unlock new suits during the course of the DLC, I'll equip those. Just like I did through the whole playthrough. You know, as I get a new suit, I equip it and use it. It adds variety to the gameplay rather than just seeing the same suit over and over and over, right? So there you go. All right, so Dark Spix tipped me one final $1. He says this will be the last $1 he can give for the Christmas season, but I'm happy you tripled your sub goal. And we're happy that you can relax and have a fun time on stream. I'm glad we're able to support you through the Merry Christmas. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that. All right. Thank you. All right, that is it, guys. Let's end the pre-stream. Let's jump into Spider-Man. And let's get this going. All right. I've heard if you do absolutely everything in this DLC, it takes 5 hours. If you just do the story, it takes 2 hours, not even. So like I told you guys, I'm going to focus mainly on the story. When whatever the story unlocks, I'm going to do the story mission right away to finish the story. And then we'll basically kind of treat like the second half of the stream as more chill, where I'm just doing grinding side content. But we can have a lot more, you know, interaction and relaxation rather than worrying on story development. And just go from there. And if I finish it during the stream, great. And I get the trophy or whatever for it, great. If not, who cares? Maybe I'll go back for a few minutes later on and do it. But for now, that is it. All right. Thanks, guys. Let's end the pre-stream and let's begin. All right.